Hello YouTube, it's time for another collection slash pickup video, but first I just want to let you know that our website, which has been broken for quite some time now, has now been fixed and moved to Squarespace. It was previously a WordPress site, but we had lots of problems with it, so I decided to move, and I think it's much improved. Anyway, on to the first part of the video, and I'll be covering what I picked up at the retro video game market. They've moved it from the Leeds Town Hall to the Leeds University Union because they've filled the space year after year. Unfortunately, I've noticed that sellers seem to be raising the prices quite considerably. I noticed that one guy had 4 copies of Cooler World for £20 each, all right next to each other, and I thought, if it's that rare, how the hell do you have 4 of them? But there were some stalls with reasonable prices for those who were willing to sift through it all, and that's where I got Wu-Tang Taste the Pain for the PS1. I remember having a chipped copy of this and never having the gore code for it, so someone else wrote it down for me so I could see all the wonderful gore in this game. And I also picked up the original Fear Effect, and I now have both Fear Effect and Fear Effect 2. I've never played these games, but I'm very much looking forward to it. So the last thing I picked up, and I'm always looking out for these when I go to the retro game fairs, is original PlayStation magazine for £2, which is a very good price if you're comparing it to eBay. The one I got was this one right here, but as you can see, since my last collection video I've built up quite a lot of these, and I'm actually going for a full set of the UK original PlayStation magazine. And a lot of these also have the demo discs that go along with them as well, so I'm also wanting to collect all of those. As well as these ones that you see in here, I actually have 2 full boxes worth of PlayStation 1 and 2 magazines in the other room, but I've actually run out of these sleeves, so I don't want to get them out yet. And these sleeves are blooming hard to find. I mean, it took me a while to find these ones that are big enough to fit the magazines in, and I've no idea where I'm going to get the next batch from. I'm still picking up guidebooks when I see them for decent prices. This is my latest one that I've picked up, and I've almost got all of the original guides for the first 5 Tomb Raiders on the PlayStation 1 now. But let's move on to some more games. Recently I traded in a few of my duplicate games at Convert to Cash in Leeds, which is a brilliant shop, and got this, Grandia. And I was glad to see that it was the original box, because with this and another recent pickup, Jade Cocoon, there are these awful boxes that have like the artwork in the middle in a square and then like writing around the side, and it just looks awful. I always prefer to get the original box art versions. Roscoe McQueen for the PS1, where you play as a firefighter with an unhealthy obsession with milk. I've only ever played the demo for this, and it was very good, so I'm looking forward to playing this one in full. Now, one of my favourite games in my collection in terms of box art is the Japanese version of Tobal No. 1, which is right there. So I thought I'd pick up Tobal No. 2, the Japanese version. The box art isn't quite as good, but I don't believe they actually released a English version of Tobal No. 2, so that's worth having anyway. A couple more Japanese games I picked up recently, mainly because they were cheap. I think I got these for about £2 each. Super Robot Wars and Sakura Wars for the Sega Saturn. And speaking of cheap games, PS4 games that are a little bit on the older side are selling really cheap on eBay, pretty much less than a tenner every time. Recently I've picked up Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, Galgun Double Piece, and also DMC Definitive Edition. Moving on from PlayStation platforms now, I walked into a charity shop the other week, and I've never ever seen big box PC games in charity shops around my area, but all of a sudden there were a whole boatload of big box PC games, so I decided to get them all. They're not all in perfect condition, but they are all complete with all the goodies inside. And my favourite is probably this Alone in the Dark 3, which I just absolutely love this box art. Now, possibly the biggest bargain I've ever gotten off of eBay, it's Heroes of Might and Magic Complete Edition, which is the first 5 games and all the expansion packs. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 being my favourite of those. And this is a game series that's been pretty much ruined by the bad practices of Ubisoft. As you'll probably know if you're a fan, they even changed the name to Might and Magic Heroes, which, even if it made grammatical sense, just outright isn't as good a name as the original, really. So that's all we have time for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out theretroperspective.com for more.